with $273 a day with affiliate marketing on autopilot. What's going on, my friends? I'm Michael from mindset.win. Welcome to series of videos about how to make money online with affiliate marketing. And the lesson today is why you need a sales funnel.
All right, back-end strategy, using back-end products to create lifetime customers. This is so important. This training tonight is probably one of the most important ones and probably going to be one of the most profitable ones if you put this into your business, if you put this into practice tonight. And you want to get this started in your business just as soon as possible. So tonight, back-end strategy, using back-end products to create lifetime customers. What is next? That's basically what you have to be thinking when you start getting into business for yourself and you start creating that very first product. You need to start thinking what comes next. And you need to be thinking that all the time. So far you've done it. You got a visitor to sign up in your squeeze page, and I understand some of you are not even that far yet, but that's okay. You even got them convert to a sale. So maybe you've even got that sale and you now have a real paying customer. Now it's time for your back-end strategy plan. And actually, that back-end strategy plan should have been planned out before you even got that visitor there so that you're prepared for them once they show up, ready to go. As you notice, you get your visitors, they show up to your squeeze page, they get your free product or your low-cost product, whatever it is. They're on your email list. It gives you a chance to start marketing to them and building relationships. And basically what you're doing is the same thing that McDonald's does. And you're basically saying, okay, you got the burger. Would you like fries with that? Or would you like to supersize that? I'm sure that's something that you've never heard, that you just never have heard before. They buy that first product, or they come in with that free offer that you're giving them. And the very next thing that you should be hitting them up with is an offer for them to grab a hold of them, because your job is to get them to be a paying customer. And one of the easiest way to get them onto your list is giving something away free, which is not very profitable for you at the very beginning. But understand that has a lot of potential to be very profitable, bringing in people free if you have your back-end strategy set up right and everything is positioned properly in place. Having a back-end strategy, the benefits of this are basically higher overall profits. You're going to find that a lot of people will never even really make any profits at all on the front end. The back-end strategy, the back-end product, how you have this set up, is where it's all at. You're going to have higher quality customers. A list of a bunch of freebies really is not a high quality customers. You want those customers to pull out that wallet, to actually pull that credit card out and buy something from you. And the moment they do, they become a higher quality customer. You're going to get better JV partners. Without a back-end strategy, it's really actually pretty hard to get JV partners, because they're looking for you, for those that have back-end strategies, for them to be able to make more money. So maybe they're making 75% on your front end, but that front end is a $37 little ebook. They're not going to continue to sit there and promote that product if there's nothing else that's going to come left or after that. They want to see that you've got like your one-time offers, you've got upsells, you've got other things in that back end that are there for them that they can actually make money on themselves. And so that's going to be, you want to have that back-end strategy up. They're looking for a long-term relationship with you and not just a one-time hit wonder. You're going to get speaking opportunities. Once you have a back-end strategy, usually that is going to detail having higher end products. And once you have those kind of products and stuff, you're going to end up starting to get speaking opportunities. You're just going to have all sorts of different opportunities that start presenting themselves to you. You're going to have better differentiation. You're going to set yourself apart from the crowd, having back-end strategy benefits, because a lot of these people that get started in this never ever have a back-end product at all. So you've got hundreds of people out there trying to sell these ebooks out there, and that they're trying to compete, trying to get everybody to grab their ebook. Afterwards, it's it's a whole lot easier to start competing. As you can see, we got less competition because maybe you've got something like offline events. There's a whole lot less people that are holding offline events than there are out there trying to sell ebooks. So once you get them on there and you start bringing them through your back end, you're going to find that there's less competition because there's going to be less people that are going to have the kind of products that you have, the higher end products. Bigger impact on your clients. The ebooks and stuff are great as lead-in generators and getting some content out there, building up your credibility and stuff. But a lot of the times, and you can probably understand this from ebooks that you have bought, that a lot of the times you never really get any results from those ebooks. Maybe you got a lot of good content that you can, maybe that you can end up using sometime for your own marketing or whatever, and you've learned a few things from that, but it really never got you the results that you're looking for. Your back-end strategy is going to really help with that, going to help other people get more results, so you're going to have a bigger impact on your clients. They're going to see that you're providing them the help that you want through your coaching programs, through your offline events and so forth and stuff, that you're going to have a bigger impact in their lives. You're going to have few customer service issues because once you start really delivering results to them, they're going to stop, basically, doing all the refunds and asking all these crazy questions and stuff, because they're going to see that they're getting the help, and they're going to understand that you're giving them the help that they need. So you're going to have fewer customer issues. You're going to have better testimonials. You're going to really start. I mean, it's great to have somebody say, "Hey, this is you guys are putting on a great webinar. You guys had, that was a great ebook, great content and stuff." But how about a testimonial that comes through and stuff? Hey, because of the help that you provided me, I now am able to run my own business and make money online now. I remember when I first got started, I was really enjoying all the people saying, this is great product. I really love what you're doing and stuff. But the moment that people started telling me, because of you, I started making money online. I started getting results. Look at the results I'm getting because of what you're doing. And that all came from when I started, giving out my back-end strategy and got that in place. So that's something that's really important. You're going to become guru status. You're going to become the expert. You're going to have creative compensation, higher credibility. You're going to be really seen as more of a credible expert because of these high-end products, because they're going to see a lot of the times they detail coaching programs and things like that. And the best part of it is now you are in control. And what I mean by that is before you get that person on your list, they're in control. They can leave at any time. They have not given you an email or anything yet. They have not purchased anything yet. Now you're in control once you have them in there and you start them in through your back-end marketing strategy, because now you can send out emails to them and get them in front of them. Sure, they can still, they can unsubscribe and they can still leave if you don't do it properly, but you're the one that's more in control now to get those products in front of them. You have a captive audience now instead of, waiting and trying to drive traffic to that squeeze page and to your sales pages all the time. All right, the big marketer's myth. Create a 100-page ebook, sell it for $37, and make a fortune. The truth is, one ebook does not contain the key to make you rich. You'll be lucky if you break even. Right now, many successful people online are losing money on the first product that you see, and that's why you have to learn back-end strategies. A lot of the times when you buy that front-end product, most people don't even understand that the person that put this product out there probably didn't make any money if they made, or possibly maybe just a few $1,000s or whatever off of it, because what they're doing is they're just using that to get people into their product funnel. They're giving out, sometimes 100% commissions for their JV partners to send that out there. So a lot of the times that little $37 $37 ebook or $37 product is not making anybody any money except for the guys that are promoting it for you. If you think a fortune is $1 million, so if you think $1 million is a fortune, you would have to sell 27,028 copies of that ebook to make $1 million. It's not going to happen, and I can almost say ever to that. If it is, it's going to take you a long, long time, or you're going to have the corner on the market, JV market, and have everybody on your side promoting that thing. So if you think that's the case, that you're going to make that $1 million for that $37 ebook, you're completely wrong. Whoops. Even if you think a fortune is $100,000, you would still have to sell 2,703 ebooks, which is almost as impossible as well. Not impossible, but almost as impossible. And that's if you get 100% of the profit and you're not splitting it with anybody. So, you can double that if you're going to be splitting that, or, even more if you're going to be giving out more than 50% commission, which is usually the case on a smaller front end product. So you can see, with this is just you going out there and selling that, those products and stuff without anybody else's support. It's not going to happen. So you can sell 100 copies of your ebook at $20 with no upsell. So you get 100 copies of it sold times 20 with no upsell is $2,000. That's something that's doable. You could probably sell 100 copies. But if you don't have any upsells to it, you made $2,000. Now you can have 100 copies at $20. The upsell is available. Only 1 out of 10 actually buy the upsell. All of a sudden you've got 100 ebooks times $20 equals $2,000, plus the 10 upsells, maybe at $500 a piece, 497 products, whatever, is another $5,000. So now you've made $7,000 just by having an upsell, and that's only with 1 out of 10 people actually coming through and buying. So 10 out of those 100 actually bought your upsell or your one-time offer, whatever you got going on there. And tell me which one you would rather have. Try selling 100 copies of that ebook and that's it, and getting $2,000, or getting 10 of those buyers to actually buy your upsell and making an extra $5,000. The front end sales only purpose is to create a relationship to continue selling. It's to get that person into your product funnel so that you can continue to sell to them. Backend marketing basically describes the strategies for generating sales of additional products to existing customer lists. Not going out and finding the customers, you've already got them. Your backend is making sales of additional products to an existing customer list. It's extremely important for long-term business growth and overall success. If you want a long-term business that you really want to set up and have something that you can run and not have to go to another job or do anything else, that you can maybe get some employees or whatever, you better start thinking your back-end strategy and stuff, because it's extremely important for long-term business growth and overall success. Without it, you're going to be maybe a one-hit wonder if you really make some good sales. But after that, you're not going to have any JV partners to continue with, because they're not going to stick with you. You're not going to be really bringing in any more income. And after a while, it's going to be hard just to keep selling that product if there's nothing else to offer. It's an inexpensive form of marketing. The largest expense related to marketing is customer acquisition. That's already been incurred before you start your back-end marketing. So, your biggest expense is just getting customers into your product funnel. After that, you pretty much get everything all set up, and it's all automated, and you just start, bringing people into that funnel and making higher end sales. Response rates and conversions will typically be much higher. Customers already know, respect, and trust you. They started to get to know you, respect you, and trust you way back when they first got in. If you've got everything set up right, you're doing your job of building that relationship with them. They're going to know you, trust you, respect you, and they're going to listen to you when you recommend products. When you first get started out, even if you got a good size list, you can sell that first product, but then you got to go through go through the part where you build relationships with that person, because a lot of the times, if you really build it fast, it came from other JV partners that gave that recommendation for your product. They're on that other list and they already know that guy. They like him and they trust him and they bought your product because of a recommendation from him. Now it's your job to build that relationship so that they're going to listen to you, for you to be able to recommend somebody's product to them, or to recommend your own products to them. So response rates and conversions are typically much higher, so you don't need to have as many people buying. Despite the benefits of back-end marketing, the low cost, higher conversions, the higher profits, it's the most ignored form of marketing strategy. And the reason of it is, I believe, is most people just don't teach it. They just teach you, you got to go out there. They're trying to get you results. They take you, bring you into a program, and they say, you put together this ebook, we're going to get it out there, market it, and look, there, you sold your ebook, congratulations, you made money online, and that's about all you get. And that's just not right. They should have been teaching you to set up a back-end strategy from the very beginning. And that's, even I didn't used to do that and stuff. I didn't realize the importance of this. But so many times that's what happens. You're taught that one ebook is all you got to do, and then you just keep going, good luck from there and stuff. To be successful in marketing and sales in the long run, a business must become successful at back-end marketing. Your back-end marketing is your key to your success of your business. An example of back-end marketing: if you own a computer, you might be sold on an upgrade after a year. So maybe you've even put some different programs on there or whatever, and a year later they come up with an upgrade. You've seen several times where you buy something and then they say, hey, for this little bit of money and stuff, you need to spend that right now because we got this upgrade for you. Maybe another example would be when you buy that computer, they're like, hey, may I interest you in this awesome printer and stuff for your computer? Or what about a computer desk for you to sit that on? Is that something you have? Maybe you need a bigger one. If you open up a bank account, you might be sold on further financial services like loans or investing. So once you open up that savings account, and that checking account or whatever, you'll notice that you start getting promotions on different loans and stuff that you can get, and where before you didn't really hear about that. That is all back-end marketing. Tips for successful back-end marketing: the primary product must be of the highest quality. That means that ebook or whatever, that low end, even if it's a free product, it has to be high quality. And this is something that's very important, because this is that first experience that they're just starting to get to know who you are. And if they come in there and they see poor quality, why in the world would they want to buy something further from you that's going to cost them even more? So if it's an ebook, make sure it's a good ebook and the content is good, it's up to date. And even if it's something that maybe you grab PLR rights to, that doesn't mean that you can't create a good ebook out of that and a good front end or a free thing to give away. Make sure that you add high value and quality to that giveaway product and to those low front end products, because once they see that, they're not going to have a problem with buying the products that you have in that product funnel in your back end marketing. Customer service and support are key. Make sure that your customer service and your support for the products that you have are key. That you're on top of that you're really doing the very best that you possibly can. One of the things that most people do not prepare for, and sometimes it's even hard to prepare for, is when they do a big launch, and that's to stay on top of support. They weren't expecting the support that they had. And maybe it wasn't even, really too much to deal with problems with the product. It was just support coming in there, thanking them for it, or, asking some simple questions. But if you can't get to them, they start wondering, what's the support going to be like if I do have a problem? So that's something that you really need to be planning on before you get going, is that there's going to be support. And if you have a big launch, there's going to be a lot of support. I don't care how good your product is. And that really will affect your business, even if you're doing your very best. If you don't answer people's support questions on time, they're going to come after you. And and they're not going to be understanding, no matter how much you try to convince them that you're doing the very best that you can. Make sure that additional product is related. Whenever you have a product in place in your back-end marketing strategy, make sure it's related to what they first came in with. You've got to position products, those products in the minds of those customers coming in where it makes sense to them to actually buy. So make sure that everything is related and that you position them properly. Properly positioned in the mind of customers, and you're going to get that sale. Customers come in, and if you haven't positioned it right for the mindset that they've got when they showed up to your sales page or however you're getting that product out in front of them, if you're not positioning it right in their mind, they're not going to buy. They're just going to turn their mind off. Their mind's going to say, nope, not for you. That doesn't make sense right now, and they're going to leave. So that tells me right there, you've got to get to know your customers. You've got to build those relationships, get inside their mind, and you create those products to go along with where their minds are at already and what they're already looking for. What type of products or service can I use in my back-end strategy? You can do boot camps. So where maybe you brought somebody into your product, and now you're going to have a boot camp or a workshop or something offline where you're going to invite them down, where you're going to give them even more training, maybe some one-on-one training and stuff where you're right there with their computers and stuff. And a lot of people go, I can't do that right now. But don't say that you can't do that now. Start thinking about it and figure out how you can do that. Maybe coaching programs, home study courses where you have an ebook and you say, hey, you purchase this ebook. Now I've got this home study course that I would love to upsell you on that is going to really take you into detail of what this book is trying to cover. And, maybe it's a video course that is really going to be, look over my shoulder as I teach you what this ebook is all about. Field trips, and what I mean by those is maybe you have an offline, your office or whatever, where you can invite people to your office and you charge them money. You say, hey, I would like you to bring you to my office. I'm sure you've seen this many times where some of these big guys will say, hey, for this amount of money, or this is one of my bonuses, I'm going to invite you to my office as an exclusive guest. For you, and my team's going to work with you, and we're just going to really help you get some good results. Maybe mastermind groups where you set up mastermind groups with a group of students. Do it for them services where you do everything for them. Membership sites where you get that membership sites where you got some you've got money coming in every single month, and you've got members of this helping each other throughout, with all of that. You're right in there. Maybe you've got forums or whatever going on. But be thinking of membership sites. Physical version of your digital product is another good upsell. Consider breaking your product into two separate offers. So maybe you've got a high-end program right now, and you could break that into a smaller product where maybe it's your giveaway or a low front end, and then they get the rest of it as an upsell or as a one-time offer or something like that, or a product down the road, and much, much more. Offer what comes next. That's what you have to be thinking when you're thinking back-end strategy, is what comes next. And you probably hear that phrase quite a bit, so that's something that's important. What comes next once you get that customer? What are they going to be looking for and needing next? Building your back-end strategy. We're going to kind of lay out a little bit of a strategy, a little bit of plan here for you. Step one, you're going to need to start list building. Create a lead generation system. The first step in building your sales funnel should be to get as many people in the door as possible. Capture their name and email. All of you have seen a squeeze page where you put your name and email in there. Now you need to turn it around where everybody is seeing your squeeze page, putting their name and email, and you start your list building. Capture that name and email, and then you begin to take them through your product funnel. The highest cost is getting that first sale. Remember that it's the highest part of your current, because when you think about it, what does it take to get somebody onto your list? You've got to have your domain, your hosting. You've got to have like your autoresponders, your payment processors, everything like that. you start occurring those costs right up toward the front. So that's the most cost, is getting them in. So it makes sense that as soon as you get somebody in there, especially if it's for free, you need to start getting a product in front of them that they can purchase so that you can start getting income. And that's probably something that holds a lot of people back. They see the cost that is involved in getting started, and they're like, man, I can't do that right now because I'm not guaranteed I'm going to make any sales. Well, that you got to stop thinking like that, because yes, it's going to take a little bit to get it started, but have something right there ready to go, because you will have a certain amount of people, sometimes it's only 1 or 2% of those people will actually buy from you right away. But that's good. Because those are going to be starting to be higher end products. That's where those sales are going to start coming in. And it doesn't take very many sales to start paying for that monthly autoresponder or your monthly web hosting and stuff like that. So the most cost is getting that first sale. So start your list building first. Start thinking about that. Get it going. Start doing that lead generation. Create a system to earn more money during the sales process. One of them would be upselling. So basically what we're talking about is during the sales process, once that person puts in that name and email or buys that front end product, however they come onto your list, to get into your sales funnel there, you need to start up the next system, which is earning you money. That comes through your upselling, through your maybe cross-selling, your one-time offers. All of these things are things that you need to have in place so that the moment they give you that name and email, you start them into the process right now. What they're telling you when they give you that name and email is, yes, I am interested in what you have. And trust me, they don't just want that email that you got, that free offer that you just gave them. That's not what they're really looking for, and they know that, but a lot of them will come in that way and test the waters to see exactly what's going on. But give them a reason to buy right off the bat. So, as soon as they send that name and email, it's like, hey, thank you for signing up. Hey, how about this offer that I've got? And of course, you got to make sure that you got your sales copies right and everything else to get them going in there. So that's all got to be in proper place. But hit them up right now with the what comes next.
Don't forget like, share, and subscribe my channel to learn make money online with affiliate marketing deeply.